Aloha guys, this is Joyce from Enjoy Scrappin' Too, and today I'll be making a design team project for Tupelo Designs LLC, and I'll be making an art journal today. So I'll be making the art journal with this page. We created this when we were playing with the Dylusions paints. So I'm going to use this page to create my art journal today. So please excuse my voice because I'm kind of sick, and so my voice is kind of husky and squeaky. I apologize in advance. So I'll be using a lot of different stamp sets today, along with a lot of different mediums. And I think that's the fun part about art journals. You can just play with a whole bunch of stuff all at once and just create. So this right here is one of those small Prima stamps, and it's kind of like a newsprint. And I just wanted to put more texture, but I'm using a very light Ranger's bubblegum dye ink pad. So you can't really see it on camera, but in real life you can see it. And this also is a Prima stamp. It's kind of like paint splotches. Here I'm using the Stampendous large butterflies, and as you can see I stamped it out in an old book page and I already color them. I'm also going to be using this indigo blue stamp set. I love this stamp set. It has so many different intricate design stamps. It's just beautiful. So now I'm inking up this stamp, this ink splotch looking stamp, and I'm using the Hero Arts Unicorn White ink, and I'm kind of stamping it kind of diagonally because that's how I'm going to arrange my butterfly. So here I have this foam thing. It's kind of like hard. I thought it would be good to use it as a blending tool, but it's pretty hard, so it's kind of hard to use as a blending tool. So I just use it when I need to make little like circles and things using different inks. So again, this is the same unicorn white ink. And I'll also be using this Paper Artsy Fresco paints. These are really cool because you can paint on almost anything, metal, wood. It doesn't need to be primed, and it dries really fast because it's a chalk paint, so it'll dry matte. And this color that I'm using is called Buff, and it's an opaque paint here. And I'm just putting it on my finger because I just want to create a little bit around the butterflies, kind of creating like a ghost effect in a way. Excuse me, sorry. And so the butterflies will stand out even more. So I'm also putting some here and there for the bottom left because I'm going to be stamping these tiny butterflies from the indigo blue stamp set. And I'm using the Ranger's Archival Jet Black ink. I'm just scattering it here and there. So all the supplies that I used for this art journal will be listed in the descriptions below. So I had a lot of fun playing with different mediums and things like that for this art journal. And I really love the brightness of the background. So I'm using the sentiment from the Indigo Blues stamp set, and I stamped it on the book page, but I thought it was a little bit too much because the background was kind of busy, so I decided to stamp it on the white instead. And I'm going to just cut it using just scissors. I'm just going to freehand just cut it. Excuse me. So after cutting all of that, the sentiment, and then I'm going to trim the sides as well. And then I'm going to ink it up using a vintage photo. And I'll be inking the edges of the sentiment. It says, live every moment, laugh every day, love every love beyond words. I think it's a really nice sentiment. So here I'm trying to kind of put some color to the little butterflies, but because I stamped it in jet black, Rangers archival ink, when I try to use the big markets, um, it was kind of a little bit smearing. So I just kind of put some dash lines onto the little butterflies just to give a little bit of color, not too much, because I think the background is so bright that um, I didn't want to put too much more color on it because it already had a lot of color in the back. So that's why I kind of wanted to mute it down a little using the unicorn white ink and also the Paper Artsy buff paint. That's the name of the paint. And it comes in like a 4-pack like that. So now I'm just putting some dash lines. I'm using this Sharpie. This is a thin Sharpie. Later on, I go back actually with the thicker Sharpie because you can't really see it as much. But I'm just defining the circles. And like I said, for these butterflies, I stamped it out on an old dictionary book page and I colored it using the Lyra water soluble crayons. So I decided to put it on the whites as well. And this is how I want to arrange it. And now I'm using this golden set of mediums. It has gel mediums and along with like pumice gel, and there's like 6 different types of gel. And I think it's a great way to start. Like for me, I'm not too familiar with the mediums as like gel mediums and texture paste and things like that. So this is a good starter set. And then it also has like molding paste as well. Excuse me. So now I put the butterflies on, and then on top of it, I put the gel medium. But because I used the Lyra, the water soluble crayons on these butterflies, uh, it kind of was rubbing off a little bit. So I had to do it quickly. And then when I moved on to the other butterfly, I kind of wiped off my brush as well. So now I'm going to attach the quote, sentiment quote. And again, I'm going to go over that with the gel medium as well. So I'm using the regular gel medium. There's a soft gel as well. And then I'm going to dry this with my heat gun, and then I came back after I thought it was completely dried, but some of the areas were slightly wet when I was trying to outline the sentiment with the Sharpie, I noticed that it was slightly wet in certain areas. So again, I kind of, sorry, my head is there. Um, I'm trying to kind of outline the butterflies as well as the quote. So I actually go off camera and then finish drawing it a little more, and then I put the Sharpie all around the quote here. And now I'm using this, I don't know if it's chalk or charcoal, but it comes in like a long, like a rectangle type. And so now I'm kind of, again, putting some blacks around the quote and then kind of using my finger to smudge it. And I'm going to be doing the same thing with the butterflies as well. And this finishes off my, actually, no, I put some glitter from the stickles. I think it's stickles on the butterflies, as you can see there. I just put some on my finger and then I kind of rubbed it here and there, especially in the centers of the butterflies. And now this finishes off my art journal for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. And please give a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much. Bye.